Welcome to Heartline Stories. Today's story follows a young woman who thought her love for a billionaire was the perfect fairy tale. But when shocking truths about family secrets and legacies come to light, everything changes. Will love be enough to survive these challenges, or will fate tear them apart? Stay with us as we uncover a beautiful love story full of twists and turns. Let us know where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories. Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a millionaire named Lucas. He owned a big tech company and lived in a fancy mansion. Despite having everything money could buy, Lucas often felt lonely. He spent most of his time working, and even when he wasn't, he just didn't know how to enjoy life. He had many friends, but none who truly understood him. One day, while walking through the city park, Lucas noticed a young woman standing at a small booth. She was selling raffle tickets to raise money for a local charity. Her name was Bella. She had a gentle smile that lit up her face, and her eyes sparkled with kindness. Bella wasn't rich. She had a modest life and worked hard every day to help her family. But despite her struggles, she always made sure to smile and spread happiness to others. Lucas walked past her booth, and for some reason, he stopped. There was something about her that made him curious. He walked up to Bella and said, "I'll take a raffle ticket, please." "Thank you," Bella said with a warm smile. She handed him a ticket and asked, "Are you from around here?" Lucas nodded. "Yes, I live nearby, but I don't come to this park often." Bella smiled again. "It's nice to see new faces. We could always use more help for the charity. Every little bit counts." Lucas looked at her. He admired her positive attitude, even though she didn't have much. "What's the charity for?" he asked. "It's for children who can't afford school supplies," Bella replied. "I just want to make sure they have a chance to learn and succeed." Lucas was touched by her words. He knew he could do a lot to help, but he wasn't sure how to begin. As he turned to leave, he said, "I'll be back tomorrow to buy more tickets." Bella looked surprised but grateful. "Thank you, that would mean a lot." Over the next few days, Lucas came back to the park. He bought tickets from Bella and started to learn more about her. They talked about everything, from her childhood to her dreams for the future. Lucas admired how Bella cared so deeply for others, even though she didn't have much for herself. One afternoon, Lucas decided to do something special. He showed up at Bella's booth with a big box in his hands. "What's this?" Bella asked, her eyes wide with surprise. "I thought you could use some help with the charity," Lucas said, smiling. "Inside the box are school supplies for the children. I hope it helps." Bella's eyes filled with tears. "Lucas, this is so generous of you. I can't believe it." Lucas shrugged. "You inspire me, Bella. You remind me of what really matters in life, helping others and making a difference." Over time, their friendship grew stronger. They spent more and more time together. They went for walks in the park, had coffee at small cafes, and even volunteered at the charity together. Bella's life was full of struggle, but Lucas started to realize that she was the happiest person he knew. Her ability to find joy in the small things made him see life in a whole new way. One evening, while they were sitting on a bench in the park, watching the sunset, Lucas turned to Bella and said, "Bella, I've realized something. I've spent my whole life focusing on making money, but I never really knew what it meant to live. You've taught me that." Bella looked at him, her heart pounding. "Lucas, I'm just a ticket seller. I don't have much to offer you." Lucas smiled and shook his head. "You have more to offer than anyone I know. Your heart, your kindness. It's priceless." Bella felt a warmth spread through her chest. She had never expected someone like Lucas, who had everything to care about her. She was just a simple girl from a modest background, but Lucas saw something in her that no one else had before. As the days passed, their feelings for each other grew stronger, but not everyone was happy about their relationship. Lucas's friends, who were wealthy and powerful, thought he was making a mistake. "You're a millionaire, Lucas. Why would you fall for someone like her?" they asked. Bella's family, too, was concerned. "You deserve someone who can give you the life you want," they said. "Why settle for someone like Bella?" Despite all the doubts and pressure, Lucas and Bella knew they had something special. But would they be able to overcome the challenges they faced? Could their love survive the opinions of others? As time went on, Lucas and Bella faced more and more challenges. The people around them didn't understand their connection. Lucas's friends continued to criticize his choices, while Bella's family worried about what might happen if things didn't work out. But the bond between them only grew stronger. They spent more time together, finding comfort and happiness in each other's company. One day, Bella received an invitation to a charity event that Lucas was hosting. It was a formal gathering with influential people from all over the city. Bella was nervous. She didn't feel like she belonged in that world of wealth and luxury. "I don't know if I should go," Bella admitted as she sat with Lucas one evening. "I feel like I don't belong at your event. It's not my world." Lucas took her hand gently and smiled. "Bella, you belong with me, no matter where we are. You don't have to change who you are for anyone, especially not for me." His words comforted her, and with that, Bella decided to attend. On the night of the event, Bella wore a simple but elegant dress, nervous but excited to be by Lucas's side. As they walked into the grand hall, Bella's heart raced. The room was filled with rich businessmen and women, but Lucas made sure to keep her close. "Remember," Lucas whispered in her ear, "you're here because you matter. You're not just a part of this event, you're the reason it's happening." Bella smiled, feeling a sense of calm. Throughout the night, Lucas introduced her to everyone with pride, and slowly Bella began to feel more comfortable. She was still herself, but now she was seeing a different side of the world Lucas came from. As the evening went on, Lucas excused himself for a moment, leaving Bella to chat with some of the guests. That's when she noticed someone standing in the corner, watching her. It was Anna, a woman from Lucas's past, someone who had been a part of his life before Bella. Anna's eyes were cold, and Bella could feel the tension as she approached. "You must be Bella," Anna said, her voice laced with an almost mocking tone. "I've heard so much about you." Bella, trying to stay calm, smiled politely. "Yes, I'm Bella. It's nice to meet you." Anna smiled but didn't seem genuine. "I'm sure Lucas has told you a lot about me. We used to be close." Bella felt a wave of unease wash over her. She had heard a little about Anna, but she never expected to meet her like this. "Well," Anna continued, "I hope you understand that you're not the type of woman Lucas usually goes for. He's used to a certain kind of life. And you, well, you're not that." Bella's smile faltered, but she didn't let Anna get to her. "Lucas knows exactly who I am, and I'm happy with who I am." Anna's smile widened, almost as if she was trying to get under Bella's skin. "We'll see how long that lasts," she said, before turning and walking away. Bella felt her stomach drop. What did Anna mean by that? She didn't have time to think about it because Lucas returned just then. "Everything okay?" he asked, his brow furrowed with concern. Bella nodded, but the feeling from her conversation with Anna lingered. "Yeah, just a little tired," she replied. Lucas didn't seem to notice anything was wrong, and he quickly changed the subject. They spent the rest of the evening enjoying each other's company, but Bella couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. The next day, Lucas called Bella, his voice serious. "I need to talk to you about something important." Bella felt her heart race. "What's going on?" "I've been thinking a lot about us," Lucas said, "about the challenges we face in the future. There are people who are against us, and I think you deserve someone who can offer you more than just my company. I don't want you to feel stuck in this world." Bella's heart sank. Was he breaking up with her? "Lucas, please. I'm not with you for your wealth. I'm with you because I love you. We can face anything together." Lucas was silent for a moment. Then he spoke, his voice filled with emotion. "I love you too, Bella, but it's not going to be easy. We have a lot to fight for, and I don't want you to get hurt." Bella took a deep breath. "I'm not afraid of what we'll face, Lucas. As long as we're together, I know we can handle anything." But as they continued their conversation, Lucas realized something important. It wasn't about the wealth, the pressure, or the challenges. What mattered most was their love for each other. He knew that no matter what happened, he wanted to be with Bella. But there were still people in his life who wouldn't approve of their relationship. Would they be able to prove that love was enough to overcome all obstacles? Or would they be torn apart by the opinions of others? Only time would tell. Lucas spent the next few days reflecting on everything: the event, the harsh words from Anna, and his deep feelings for Bella. He knew he couldn't let anyone dictate his happiness, especially when it came to someone as genuine and kind as Bella. But still, doubts lingered in his mind. Could their love really survive all the challenges that came with their different worlds? As he sat in his office, looking out at the city skyline, his phone buzzed. It was a message from Bella. "Lucas, I've been thinking too. I love you, and I want to build something with you. No matter what people think, we are strong enough to make it through." His heart warmed as he read her message. Bella was everything he had ever wanted, and yet he still feared that their relationship might be too much for her to handle. Would she be able to withstand the judgment from others? Would she be able to handle the pressure of being in the public eye with him? That evening, Lucas invited Bella over to his place for dinner. He knew they needed to have a serious talk about their future. As he waited for her to arrive, he thought about all the ways their love could unfold. The possibilities were endless, but so were the risks. When Bella walked into his apartment, her face lit up with a smile that instantly melted his doubts away. She wasn't just the poor ticket seller anymore. She was the woman he loved, and he couldn't imagine life without her. "Hey," she greeted, her eyes full of warmth. "You look serious. Everything okay?" Lucas smiled at her, his heart beating a little faster. "I've been thinking a lot, Bella. I know we've been through a lot already, and it hasn't been easy. But I don't want to let the world's opinion of us stop what we have." Bella took a seat next to him, her hand brushing against his. "Lucas, I've never been in a world like this before, but I know what matters. And it's not money or status. It's you and how you make me feel. I've never felt more alive than when I'm with you." Her words reassured him, but there was still the worry in the back of his mind. "But what if they try to tear us apart? The people who don't understand us, Bella." Bella looked into his eyes, her face soft but determined. "Then we show them that love is stronger than anything. We don't need to live by their rules. We make our own path." For the first time in a while, Lucas felt a sense of peace. Bella was right. They didn't need to prove anything to anyone else. Their love was real and it was enough. But just as they were about to talk more about their future, Lucas's phone rang. It was his lawyer, David, calling him about some important business. "Sorry," Lucas said, his expression serious. "I have to take this call. It's important." Bella nodded, though she could tell he wasn't happy about the interruption. She smiled softly. "I'll wait. We'll figure this out, Lucas. Together." As Lucas answered the phone, Bella couldn't shake the feeling that something bigger was coming, something they weren't prepared for. She had heard the rumors. There were talks of a big merger that Lucas's company was working on, and with that came new challenges, bigger enemies, and the potential for things to change drastically. Bella knew that Lucas was about to face a storm in his business world, and she wondered how it would affect their relationship. Could their love survive the coming chaos? The phone call ended, and Lucas returned to Bella, his face a little more serious now. "There's a big change coming. It could affect everything. I need to get things in order, but I promise I won't let anything come between us." Bella took his hand in hers. "Whatever comes, Lucas, we face it together." Lucas smiled, feeling his heart swell with love for her. "You're my rock, Bella, and I promise nothing will change how I feel about you." But little did they know, the challenges they had already faced were nothing compared to what was about to unfold. The days that followed were filled with uncertainty. Lucas's company was dealing with a potential merger that was causing tension at the highest levels. There were rumors of layoffs, restructuring, and changes that could shake everything up. And through all this, Lucas was facing immense pressure, not only from his business partners, but also from his family, who didn't approve of his relationship with Bella. As the weeks passed, Bella and Lucas tried to keep their connection strong, but it was getting harder. The more Lucas tried to shield Bella from his world, the more she felt like she was being pushed to the sidelines. She understood the challenges he was facing, but she couldn't help but feel helpless. One night after a particularly stressful day, Lucas came home late, looking exhausted and overwhelmed. Bella was sitting on the couch waiting for him, her heart sinking at the sight of him. "Hey," she said softly, standing up to greet him. "You okay?" Lucas didn't answer right away. He just ran his hands through his hair and sank onto the couch with a sigh. "I don't know, Bella. I feel like I'm losing control of everything. The merger is about to go through and it could change everything. I don't even know where I fit into all of it anymore. Bella sat down beside him, her heart aching. You're not alone in this, Lucas. You have me. I know things are tough, but we'll get through this together. I believe in you. Lucas looked at her, his eyes filled with frustration. I don't want to drag you into this mess, Bella. I'm trying to protect you, but the more I try to protect you, the more I feel like I'm pushing you away. Bella shook her head, reaching for his hand. You're not pushing me away, Lucas. I'm here for you. I want to be here for you. I love you, and I'm not going anywhere. Lucas looked at her, his eyes softening. He leaned in and kissed her gently on the forehead. I love you too, Bella, but I'm scared. I don't know if I'm strong enough to handle all of this and still give you what you deserve. Bella smiled softly, her thumb brushing against his hand. You don't have to handle everything on your own, Lucas. We're a team, remember? Lucas's eyes filled with emotion as he looked at Bella. He knew she was right. They were a team, and he had to stop trying to fight his battles alone. But just as he was about to say something, his phone buzzed, interrupting the moment. It was a message from his lawyer, David. Lucas, urgent matter regarding the merger. We need to discuss this ASAP. Meet me in the office in the morning. Lucas groaned, feeling the weight of everything pressing down on him again. He rubbed his temples, trying to fight off the headache that was starting to form. I'm sorry, Bella. I have to go in early tomorrow. There's no escape from this mess. Bella looked at him, her eyes filled with understanding. I know, but promise me, Lucas, that you won't forget about us. No matter what happens, we're in this together. Lucas nodded, squeezing her hand tightly. I promise, Bella. No matter what, you're the most important thing in my life. As Lucas left for work the next morning, Bella sat in the quiet apartment, feeling a knot in her stomach. She had been there for Lucas through everything, but she couldn't help but wonder if their love was strong enough to survive the storm that was coming. And just when she thought things couldn't get any more complicated, she received a phone call. It was from an unknown number. Hello? She answered, her heart racing. Hello, is this Bella? The voice on the other end asked. Yes, this is Bella. Who's calling? She replied, confused. The voice paused for a moment before speaking again. This is Lucas's lawyer, David. We need to talk about something important. It's about the merger, and it involves you. Bella's heart skipped a beat. Me? What do you mean? I can't go into the details right now, but it's urgent. Please come to my office as soon as possible. I'll explain everything when you arrive. Bella's mind raced as she ended the call. What could this be about? Was something happening with Lucas? Was the merger affecting their relationship? Her thoughts swirled in confusion and worry. She had no idea what was coming, but she knew she had to find out. Bella quickly grabbed her coat and headed out the door, not knowing that this meeting would change everything. Bella arrived at David's office, her heart pounding in her chest. She took a deep breath, trying to calm her nerves as she entered the sleek, glass building. The elevator ride felt like the longest one she'd ever taken. What could David possibly have to tell her that was so urgent? Was Lucas in trouble? Was the merger going to ruin everything? When she reached David's office, he greeted her with a serious look. Please, have a seat, Bella, he said, gesturing to the chair across from his desk. Bella sat down, her mind racing. What's going on, David? Is Lucas okay? David hesitated for a moment before speaking. Bella, I'm not sure how to say this, but Lucas's situation is more complicated than we realized. The merger was never just a business deal for him. It's a way to save everything, his company, his future, and his family. But there's something else you need to know. Bella leaned forward, her heart hammering. What is it? David reached into his desk drawer and pulled out a file. He opened it, revealing a stack of papers. Lucas's father left behind a trust fund. It was meant to protect his legacy, but the catch was, Lucas had to marry a certain person to access it, someone with the right background, someone with connections. Bella's stomach sank. So what are you saying? That he had to marry someone else? David shook his head. Not exactly. There's a clause that says he can marry someone of his choosing, but only if they meet certain conditions. And that person is you, Bella. Bella's eyes widened. Me? But I'm just... David cut her off gently. I know it's hard to understand, But Lucas doesn't have a choice. His whole future is tied to this, and it's more than just the business. It's about his family's legacy. The people who control this trust could take everything away if they don't approve of the marriage. Bella stood up, feeling overwhelmed. So, he was never really free to choose? All this time, I thought we were building something real. David stood too, his face softening with sympathy. He chose you, Bella, and he chose you because he loves you. But he's in a position where he has to balance love and responsibility. His father's will and the trust are weighing on him more than you can imagine. Tears filled Bella's eyes. She felt betrayed, not by Lucas, but by the circumstances that surrounded their love. She had no idea that his family's legacy and the future of his company would have such a powerful hold on him. I need to talk to him, she whispered. David nodded. You should, but you need to know something else, Bella. Lucas doesn't want to go through with this unless you're on board. He loves you, and he's willing to walk away from everything for you. He just doesn't know how to ask for help. Bella left the office feeling like her world had shifted. She couldn't believe what she had just learned. Everything she thought she knew about their relationship, about Lucas, suddenly seemed different. She took the long walk back to her apartment, her mind spinning with everything David had said. Could she really be the person who helped Lucas navigate this? Could she be the one who stood by him when the world seemed so against them? She didn't have all the answers, but one thing was certain. Her love for Lucas was stronger than anything else. She was willing to fight for him, even if it meant facing tough choices ahead. The next morning, Bella walked into the office, determined to talk to Lucas. She found him sitting at his desk, looking tired and defeated. When he saw her, his face softened, and he stood up quickly. Bella, he said, his voice full of emotion. I'm sorry. I didn't want you to find out like this. She took a deep breath, walking toward him. Lucas, I know everything. David told me about the trust, the legacy, and the pressure you've been under. Lucas's expression faltered, and he sat back down, looking at her with a mix of relief and sadness. I never wanted you to get involved in this. It's complicated, and I hate that it's affecting us. Bella walked over and sat beside him, taking his hand in hers. We're in this together, Lucas. I want to be by your side no matter what. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stand by you through this. Lucas looked at her, his eyes filled with gratitude and love. You don't know what that means to me, Bella. I've been so afraid to lose you, and now I see that I don't have to choose between you and my family's legacy. You're my future. Bella smiled softly, brushing a stray lock of hair from his forehead. And you're mine. The two of them sat there for a moment, holding hands in silence, as the weight of the world seemed to lift. Whatever came next, they would face it together, with love and determination. No matter the challenges, Bella knew one thing for sure. She would always choose Lucas. And Lucas, with all the power of his wealth and status, would always choose her. Thank you for joining us on this Heartline journey. Love can bring happiness, but sometimes it's the unexpected challenges that shape the future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe